Okay, so welcome back to my channel. My name's Angie, if you haven't been here before, and this is my son Jeremiah. Today we are gonna make some Armenian Gata. What is it called? We'll be making Armenian Gata. And I've never made it before, so this will be a first, and I'm kind of scared, but let's do it. Okay, so first we need 3.5 cups of flour. So here's our 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Next, I'm gonna put in 1 tablespoon of sugar. One teaspoon of baking powder. Ooh. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I also got active dry yeast, so we're gonna need 1/2 teaspoon of this. Our next ingredient is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now we mix the dry ingredients. Then you add 3/4 cup of butter. Now we take another bowl and mix the wet ingredients, which is 1 egg. Kablammy. We need 1/2 cup of yogurt. 1/2 cup of sour cream. 1/4 cup of milk. 1 teaspoon of honey. Now we add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and slowly mix it a little bit at a time. Spray this with oil and put the dough in here. Cover it and let it rise for 2 hours. Now it's time for the filling. We need 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of sugar. Now we need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Yummy. This is how it's supposed to be. This is the filling. Okay, and on the other half, I'm making the mixture with 1/3 cup of almond flour. So we're gonna do half with chopped walnuts and half regular. Now we need 1/3 cup of crushed walnuts, 1/3 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter again. All right, now we're on to the next one. And now we're gonna make Armenian mac and cheese with egg noodles. So I'm gonna double the recipe. It calls for 12 ounces of extra wide egg noodles, so I'm doubling that. Okay, I gotta spray this pan with some cooking oil and then layer it with breadcrumbs. It's an eventful day cooking in the neighborhood. Eat! I got panko breadcrumbs. Already sprayed the pan and preheated the oven to 303 something. I've preheated it. Also a recipe I have never done, so this is a whole experiment. So far I have strained the egg noodles, and now I have the stove off, and now I'm about to pour 24 ounces of feta cheese in it. That, along with 2 large eggs that are beat, 2.5 cups of milk, and then some salt and pepper. We should be good. Not too sure on how much of a difference this is gonna make, but it said 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I don't think this is unsalted, but oh well. Eggs. I also forgot to double the butter, so I did another 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I did 2.5 cups of milk twice, so 5 cups of milk. Okay, so now I layered the noodle and feta cheese mixture into the baking dish. And in the oven it goes for about 40 to 50 minutes. I sprinkled breadcrumbs on top and mixed with olive oil, and we'll see how it turns out when it's done. Okay, so now that my mac and cheese is in the oven, I pulled out the dessert, and now I'm going to cut it in half. Molded both of halves into their own little ball. I'm gonna put half back in the bowl and cover it, and then work with this and rolling pin it out. I took the ball and rolling pinned it out. Or rolled it out, rolling pinned it out. Whatever you call it. So I did that. So now we're gonna take egg whites and brush it atop, and this is gonna act like the glue agent to hold in our filling. Now after I patted all the filling in there, I'm going to roll it up. This is kind of hard to show you because I don't have my tripod out right now, but I'm gonna take it from this end and roll it all the way this way. Okay, so I rolled it up. The seal is on the bottom. I pinched the ends to seal the ends. And I'm not gonna lie, mine looks kind of thick. I don't know if I rolled it out thin enough, but like I said, I've never done this before, and this is all in an experiment. Now I have to take the rolling pin and kind of gently just go over the top to kind of like squish together the layers. This is the second one. This is the one that I'm gonna do with the walnut filling and everything. So basically I'm just gonna do the same exact thing with this one as I did with this first one. Back to the first one that I made, I'm gonna make some designs on it with a fork, and this will help air escape while it's cooking. And now I'm gonna cut off the ends and start to slice it all the way down. I cut the first one with straight lines, and now the second one that I do with the walnuts and stuff in it, I'm gonna do those diagonal lines so that way I know what is what. I'm kind of hoping that there's gonna be enough dessert for everybody. I'm not sure, but I don't have time to make more because I need to be there in like 30 minutes. But this is what I got so far. Well, the egg wash is egg yolk and vanilla extract. So I'm gonna do that. Coat it, coat it, coat it. And do that to both. Ooh la la, yeah baby, yeah. Okay, so I literally forgot parchment paper, but I guess I can substitute it with tinfoil. Hopefully everything turns out the same. Okay, so my alarm just went off for the mac and cheese, and we're gonna check that out and see how that turns out. Looks golden brown. Looks pretty golden brown, right? Yeah. Put these on the bottom rack for about 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna move it to the top and do the same thing with the second batch. I took these out of the oven, and I don't really know what they're supposed to look like on the inside, but the outside is super golden brown. I'm hoping that it's not doughy on the inside, but I know that we put the filling in it, so maybe that's what I'm looking at. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. Hey, we're on our way to the international dinner. Armenian. Let's do it. Let's do it.